Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation, your daily update on Glasgow Rangers, your daily news, views and updates, guys. The only way to obviously make sure that you don't miss out on any of that daily content, if you are a true Rangers fan, is to hit that sub, ring that notification, set it to all so it flashes up on your device so you don't miss out. Guys, please give this video a like, it does help. Obviously here at Glasgow Rangers Nation, both myself and Victoria are Rangers fans. Me since '87, Victoria since she was born in Glasgow and obviously lived in Ayr. We are here for you. We are a fan-driven channel. We are, what's the word we used to use on that American streaming service I work for? Oh, fanalists. That was it. We are fanalists. We are here to talk about the best team in the world, the greatest team in the world, the most successful team in the world, as we know that there is only one team worth supporting in Glasgow, and that is Rangers. Now, unfortunately, this season, the league has gone. Now, with Rangers 12 points behind the team from across the city, we are in a position where we can perhaps try out some of these young players. Now, we've been told on a number of occasions that we have some very promising young players coming through our system. And now we have an opportunity, I believe, to really see what we've got in those young players. Now, given the fact that Rangers do need to massively rebuild this squad over the summer months, and with 9 players out of contract in the summer, I think it is even more important that Rangers go out there and try out and find out what they've got in these young players, because it could be a situation where these young players are going to save us a bit of money, save us a bit of cash in the long run. They could come in, do a job, and probably do it as well, if not better, than someone we buy from across the continent or from south of the border. Especially given the fact that people like, for instance, Robbie McCrorie are Rangers fans and will have that passion to play for the team. But it's not just Robbie McCrorie, is it? We've got a number of other players who could potentially come in and do a job. Now, in April, we have 2 league games remaining and 1 Scottish Cup remaining. So obviously the game against St Mirren coming up on Saturday at Ibrox, before heading up to the north of Scotland to play at Pittodrie, which is never an easy game, against Aberdeen. It is an opportunity, I think, to really blood those youngsters. Plus, obviously, after the split comes, we've got a number of other games in the league. Now, it would be an opportunity, I believe, for Michael Beale to try out some of these younger players, to also try out some of these squad players as well. I mean, let's start obviously with the younger players and then move on to some of the squad players we may want to try out as this season goes on. We really do, I think, need to be in a position to look at what we've got and those players that we're probably going to keep. Are they good enough? Are they going to be able to cope? Are they going to be players that are worth keeping for this new season that is upcoming, where we really do need to step it up and challenge Celtic? Even after the split, we have that 1 Old Firm game at Ibrox. I would still play those young players in that game, give them a taste of the Old Firm, give them an opportunity to play. Yes, it will be a big learning curve for them, but at the end of the day, that is what we've got to see. How can they handle the pressure, the intensity, the cauldron of battle against the green and white team from across the city? And that's what you need to see. Now, one of the players I would love to see given an opportunity to play in goal is Robbie McCrorie. Obviously, McCrorie was unfit at the start of the season, but is now back and fit. McCrorie is somebody who, has represented Scotland at every youth level, under 21s, under 19s, etc., etc. He has, in the past, made 1 senior appearance in the Europa League and 1 senior appearance in the SPL, as well as obviously loan spells at Greenock, Berwick, Queen of the South. Love that name. And Livingston. It's time to give him an opportunity to play, I think. The likelihood obviously is, well, it needs to go beyond the likelihood. I mean, Alan McGregor, I think, does need to retire at the end of the season. McGregor has started at times to look every day of that 41 years that he actually is. And look, no excusing what Suter did on Saturday. That was a shocking back pass, but you can't help but feel a younger goalkeeper actually might have got there and made life a little bit more difficult for Jota. So I would love to see McCrorie given every game in the league for the rest of the season to see what we've got, because at the end of the day, he could potentially save Rangers a shed load of money that could be spent on other positions. Goalkeepers like, for instance, Woodman, and Angus Gunn, who's also been linked with a move to Rangers, are not cheap. They're not going to come cheap. And if McCrorie is the man, if he has the ability to step it up in this league, then I think that could save us a lot of cash and leave it to the fact we've only got to go and buy a backup goalkeeper in the summer, which would obviously be a hell of a lot cheaper than paying for someone like Woodman or Gunn, for example. And also play McCrorie in the old firm games, so he actually gets a proper test. Yes, I know that games against St Mirren and others at Ibrox are not a massive test for players. I get that because those teams come and they put the low block on and they don't really want to go and attack and they want to play for a draw. But McCrorie, Patodri, at home against Celtic will have that test. So I think it's a good opportunity to see exactly what we've got in McCrorie, and I would like to see him given the opportunity from now until the end of the season. Like I said, I think McGregor is slightly getting to the point now where he is starting to show. There's times this season when he's let goals in that in the past he wouldn't have done, and I think that's been down to his age. His reflexes have started to wane, and his speed off the line has. And it's not just that old firm game, the Motherwell game when he could have come and got the ball when Cholak was trying some sort of bizarre defensive technique of leaning back into the Motherwell player. Again, another goal that could have been avoided. So McCrorie would be someone I'd love to see play. I mean, I know that this guy is currently not fully fit, Alex Lowry, but at some point, we need to see what we've got in Alex Lowry. Could, he again save us some money? Could he, perhaps negate the need for the Tillman deal or perhaps add to Tillman with his performances? Alex Lowry is someone who, has made impacts in other levels. Made 2 appearances, senior appearances this season. He made 4 appearances, scoring 1 goal and 1 assist in 21-22. And in the Lowland League has made 8 appearances, scoring 6 goals with 1 assist, 7 goal contributions in 8 games. Outstanding. And 4 goals in 3 appearances in the Challenge Cup. So again, we do need to see in Alex Lowry what we have as a player. Not only him, but someone else that I think we could do with having a little look at is Adam Devine, who can play right back, he can play left back. He has made appearances for the first team already, 5 appearances this season, 2 appearances last season. Obviously couldn't play against Celtic. I don't think could play this weekend either because of a suspension for that sending off against Celtic in the B team fixture. But in the long run, I would like to see Devine given a run out. What have we got there? Is he someone long term who can replace Tav, so we don't have to spend money on that right back, and that money again could be spent elsewhere? There is a need, I think, a fundamental need to redevelop this squad. But if you've got young players who can come in and are able to play at this level and excel at this level, it does give you the opportunity to then spend that money on other positions of need where those younger players are not coming through. The other player I'd love to see given an opportunity between now and the end of the season is Zach Lovelace, former Millwall player. Obviously, he had 4 senior appearances for Millwall, but Lovelace is a goal scorer. And one thing Rangers are certainly lacking at this moment in time is someone who can hit the back of the net on a consistent basis. Neither Alfredo Morelos nor Antonio Cholak are in form. They're bang out of form, in my opinion. Morelos, yes, he did score that goal that was chalked off on Saturday, but he also, had 2 chances to score where I think prime Alfredo takes those 2 chances. You look at the fact that Kyoto, their striker, Kyogo, whatever is Kyogo, that's it, gets those 2 chances. He takes, he takes his chances. Alfredo doesn't take his chances. Alfredo is not in form. Alfredo will be gone at the end of the season. We need to see in Lovelace, what do we have? How many strikers do we need to buy in the summer? And is Lovelace part of the first team plans going forward? Can he cut it at that level? Cholak, another one who can do it against the lower league, the lower teams, but for me, struggles again in Celtic games, struggles in European games, and I don't think the answer. Personally, I don't think Cholak is someone you can rely on to lead your line next year. You need someone a whole lot better than him. So let's see what we've got in Zach Lovelace. I mean, you look at his statistics, he's played twice for the under-17s, England under-17s this year. Rangers under-19, 6 appearances, 2 goals. Rangers under-21s, 3 appearances, 1 goal. In the Lowland League, he's had 26 appearances, 15 goals, 6 assists, 21 goal contributions. In the UEFA Youth League, he's had 6 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 goal contributions in 6 appearances. He's certainly someone who is a very talented player and is certainly been singled out by Rangers coaching staff and Rangers youth coaching staff, to be someone who is going to be, I think, a potential future star for the club. But let's give him an opportunity. Let's at least put him on the bench and bring him on and give him some minutes and let's see what we have got in Zach Lovelace as a player. At the end of the day, the league is done. We're 12 points behind. They're not going to lose 4 games and draw 1 or 5 games either. That's just not going to happen between now and the end of the season. So use these games to blood these youngsters to see what we've got. You know, realistically, even if you were to put a first team out with McCrorie, Lovelace, Devine, and Lowry in, it would probably still be able to be good enough to beat Aberdeen, to beat Hibernian, to beat Hearts, to beat St Mirren, to beat Livingston, to beat any of those teams. Yes, I think, you know, against Celtic, you may have a situation where you can't play all 4 of them, but, you know, certainly give some of them the opportunity to play and start. Have some on the bench to come on. Let them experience the old firm. You know, let's see what we've got in these kids. The league is done. This is a great opportunity for the team to show that they are thinking for the long term and they are building for the long term. Let's give these kids a chance and let's see what we've got. Rangers fans, I'd love to know what you think. Is it time to let the likes of Lowry, Devine, Lovelace, and McCrorie come in and play? Is it a time to let some of the, these kids come in, be on the bench, start, get first team minutes, and really see what we've got? Or do we just go back to the same old, tired old players and really find out nothing going into the new season? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for choosing to watch Glasgow Rangers Nation. And if you haven't done so already, like there's a lot of people watch these videos, have not yet subbed, please hit that sub, ring that notification bell, guys. We are on a crusade, not a crusade. We're on a charge even to get to that 1K sub mark as soon as possible. We're doing fantastically well thanks to your amazing, phenomenal support by the greatest fans in the world. Please hit that sub, please ring that notification, set it to all, and give this video a like. I'm back to speak to you very soon here on Glasgow Rangers Nation, your daily Rangers news channel.